What's up, YouTube? It's Troy, Rubbish Riddance Junk Removal, and today's been a little bit of a slow day because it's been raining. But I wanted to take this time and just show you guys my truck, show you guys my trailer, show you guys the tools of the job. I know when I first started doing junk removal, these are all things that I was wondering. So yeah, I hope this helps somebody that really needs to see it. And if you have any tips and advice for me, hey, shoot those in the comments. So this is my truck and trailer. I have just an 8-foot bed truck and a 5x8 utility trailer. These come up pretty high. I did have a couple of these magnets on my doors, and those end up falling off on the freeway one day. So actually I got to go back out and get that. And before I was kind of reluctant to do this, but I ended up buying a toolbox for my truck. I didn't want to do that because I feel like it was going to take up some space. But other than that, I actually feel like I love it. I keep myself way more organized because of it. So I got myself one, and they're only about $100, I think, or $200 at Home Depot. So they're not much money. But yeah, let me just show you guys what I got here. So you gotta have one of those for your trailer. You don't want nobody stealing your stuff. I keep my tarps tucked in right there. But yeah, I would say some of the typical things that you see is I have some masks, I have some rubber bands, and that's for like refrigerators, so I can keep the doors closed. I keep a baby broom and rake in here. Other than that, I keep some spare like gloves for the job. I keep a back brace for the days that you just do some heavy stuff. And these you can get at Home Depot for pretty cheap. They're not expensive. They're easy to put on. I keep a jack for my truck. I keep contractor bags. Of course, those always come in handy. You got your extension cord, and the only reason why I probably have that, let me take these out, is for my Sawzall. So I choose, I know a lot of people have Milwaukee's, but I choose the Ryobi with, it's not cordless. And the reason why, it's because I want the power, so I want it to be corded. And the blades that you probably seen floating around is the carbine blade, and you want to get this thing as long as you can get it. So hot tubs, man, I've cut posts, so there's some jobs that sometimes you just need these, and you might as well get the best. They're only like $10 or $12 for the blade, not much. Keep my spares there. I keep an axe. Again, this is just stuff you can just get on jobs probably, but I end up having to buy a lot myself. So Home Depot, bought myself an axe, and I use this as a sledgehammer most days. Got myself a crowbar, a good hammer. I don't like the hammers with the things at the tip because I always feel like those break off, so I got myself a better hammer. I got myself some tree trimmers, and that comes in handy quite a bit actually when I'm trying to back my trailer up, especially in people's backyards when they have like the RV access, and I back up and I have to cut some branches out of the way otherwise it's just scratching my truck. Of course, you have your bungee cords for your tarp. You have to have a drill gun. I don't think I use the drill gun as much when I'm taking apart things every now and then, but I keep screwdrivers, pliers. I keep safety glasses for the jobs I'm cutting up on the saw. Aside from that, I choose to use these ratchets, the thick ones, and that's simply just a preference, just because I feel like they don't get caught up as much as those little skinny ratchets. So I have two of those I use. I always recommend duct tape because I swear I feel like I need it sometimes when I'm breaking things or whatever. Duct tape comes in handy. Hey, I have a med kit. Call me a wussy, but I like to be safe. I keep some rags on me just in case, and I keep these arm straps. Oh my god, I can't tell you. I did a job one day. It was somebody cut telephone poles and had to go pull those logs, and those suckers are heavy. So using the arm things was the only way I was able to get those things into my truck. But, yeah, so I would say those are kind of your basic tools. If you're gonna start this business, you got to have an axe or a sledgehammer. Actually, I don't know where my sledgehammer is right now. It should be in there. But you got to have an axe, sledgehammer, crowbar. You have to have the Sawzall no matter what. You got to have some bags just in case, some gloves, straps, bungee cords. And yeah, those are just stuff you have to have no matter what. I feel like you use those every day. Oh, I didn't put my broom and rake away. Let me put those away real quick. So yeah, broom and rake, of course, you got to have that. And that, again, that's just like my spare broom and rake, because those are tiny. You got to have bigger ones for different things. But the dolly I chose was this one right here. You can see I was just doing this on the job, but I picked this dolly because it has a wheel right in the back, you know, so these wheels I can lay it down and use it as a furniture mover as well. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 thing, so that's pretty cool. You gotta have some buckets. I only have like 2 buckets that I use right now. I need more, but I use this bucket here, and it has the wheels on the bottom. The wheels are just inside the bucket right now. I bet you my sledgehammer's in there. I think I just seen it. I use this other bucket, some spare tarps. This is my industrial dustpan. I use that obviously to sweep up junk into it. And then these are my furniture movers. I have about 2 or 3 of these, so I use these, and these are only like 20 bucks at Home Depot, literally only $20. And so I use those quite a bit. That big rake I use, that's for raking up yard jobs. You don't want yard jobs, those suck. And then I would say invest into a wheelbarrow, even though there's a lot of skepticism on wheelbarrows just because they take up a lot of space in your truck, and also you don't ever really use them unless you're like moving bricks, which I've done a few times. But other than that, I used a cheap flimsy one before, and it was cracking, and it was like moving all over the place. I couldn't even like do the job right, so I finally went, and I think this was only maybe $100 exactly at Home Depot, and it's straight metal, heavy duty. It comes with the rubber tires. Don't buy the ones with like the air in the tires, because those will go flat if you're going through the yard, so if you have thorns, you know. But other than that, you see my dolly. So I would say some of the basics you have to have is you have to have the dolly, you have to have something that can move furniture, gotta have a rake and broom, you gotta have buckets, you gotta have a sledgehammer, you gotta have a sawzall. You're gonna need that no matter what, it's gonna come up. I would say a chainsaw is like 50-50. The only reason I used a chainsaw before was because, you know, some big branch jobs I've done, I had to use a chainsaw obviously to cut them up, because I'm not gonna sit there and axe every one of them. It would take too long and break my back. But other than that, yeah, you guys can do it as long as you have these basic tools and a truck and a trailer. Did I just do that backwards? Truck and trailer. That's all you guys need to start a junk removal business. You know, I mean, as far as tools go. And yeah, hope this helps somebody. Peace.